Even if it may not be as severe as what we just saw, there's a lot to do. Trees knocked down, thousands of homes damaged. Home improvement expert Danny Lipford, TV host of Today's Homeowner, joins us from hard-hit Spring Lake, New Jersey, down on the Jersey Shore. Danny, good morning. You're in front of a house. Clearly a big tree went down there. First of all, how is everybody who lives in that home? Everybody okay?
Well, fortunately, no damage, no injuries whatsoever. Extremely lucky considering the magnitude of the damage that we're looking at here. Basically, the wind was blowing from the west during the height of the storm, took both of these large sycamore trees, laid it right on the edge of the house. Along with it, a top part of an adjacent telephone pole, all of the transformers there. So it not only affected the power in this particular house, but quite a few of the neighbors are anxious to get all of this damage repaired. And talking about damage, there's all kind of damage to the sidewalk. And this quaint little town has some wonderful sidewalks with slate pieces that are used for the sidewalk. Hopefully they'll put all those to the side and reuse them when they rebuild everything. But look how dramatic this is, Erica. You can see that both of the trees lean right on the house. And so far, all we can tell is we have some damaged gutters and a little bit of the eave area is damaged, but they'll really have to remove the trees, move it out of here. That'll have to be done with a large crane and a group of professionals to remove it, to really evaluate the existing condition of the roof. Lucky thing here, this guy is a roofing contractor. He'll be able to tell exactly what he needs to do to his roof to keep there from being other damage. Erica?
Yeah, lucky if there is one thing about lucky, and only really the gutters and a little bit of the roof were damaged there. We talked a lot about water damage this morning. Did any water leak into that home? And for people who are dealing with floods, what do we need to think about this morning?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's amazing that the gentleman said there was absolutely no water that got in the house in spite of many, many inches of rain that hit here. But of course, there's a lot of people that are dealing with a lot of damage with water. And those that are faced with a lot of water in their house, they need to get all of those materials, carpet, furniture, everything they can out of that room. Use dehumidifiers, use fans, and you got great drying conditions today. Not a bad idea to put it out in the driveway to kind of accelerate those drying conditions.
Okay, and as you're assessing the damage in your home, whether it's from the wind, whether it's from the rain, what are the three? I know you have three important steps that we need to take. The first one being call your insurance company.
Yeah, right away, you need to call your insurance company. They may be a little busy right now, but you want to get on the list so that they can get an adjuster out as soon as possible. Then you want to document everything. Take those pictures, videotape, any notes that you can take to really document exactly the situation of the house. And then after that, you want to minimize any additional damage. In a case like this, once the trees are removed, if there is damage to the roof, need to cover it up real quick. And again, any of those situations where people have water in their house, you want to get that humidity out of there as quick as possible. Again, dehumidifiers and fans, a big friend of yours right now in a situation like that.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to starting to make those repairs, that you mentioned the gentleman in that house is a roofing contractor. He's going to know exactly who to call, even if it's not himself, for the roof. That's the most important thing you can do right, is call the right person for the job.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the first things you want to do, is make sure you put a list of contractors together that routinely do the type of work that you need to do. You really don't want to call a guy that builds nothing but new homes to repair something like that. Plenty of remodeling specialists out there, repair specialists. You first want to call them. Then talk to some friends and neighbors about getting some certain names of people that did a very good job for them, and also the local Home Builders Association can provide you a list of screen contractors that you can have out to your house. Then meet each individual one out there, maybe 3 to 4 to get several estimates, and then make sure that you're getting apples for apples bids for each and every one of them. The thing you don't want to do right now, I mean, these homeowners want to get back to normal as quick as possible, but you don't want to rush that. Don't be too hasty, because that's where problems occur. And by no means, if anyone knocks on your door and says, hey, I got a special deal for you, I can start this afternoon, you don't want to get into that situation.
Yeah, definitely not, because they probably have a bridge to sell you on top of it. Before we let you go, Danny, if there is one thing you would warn people against this morning as they're surveying their damage, looking at how to start to put things back together, biggest mistake that people can make?
Well, getting too ambitious. In a situation like this, if this gentleman got out here with a chainsaw, it would not be good. There's so much pressure and tension when you have trees that are leaning against a house like this. You need to leave this to the pros. And also, you want to make sure the power lines, I mean, there's power lines laying all over. Don't assume that they're dead. Assume they're live and really take it easy from that standpoint. And also, every time, I've been through a lot of hurricanes, and every time you have someone that just simply overdoes it, they do too much work, they get out and try to get their yard back like it was before the storm, and heart attacks, other different type of strains result on it. So take it easy, relax, and be calm, and you got to have a positive attitude to get through situations like this.
Absolutely do. Danny, thanks for all your help this morning. Nice to see you.